What is the deal? How's everybody doing today? Let me wait for some people to come in. I'm doing some work right now, so I'm gonna be working while I'm talking to you guys. All right. As you're coming in chat, give this video a thumbs up. As you're coming in, give this video a thumbs up. All right. One person on. Who are you? Where are you? Where are you on from? DTG printing. All right. I want to talk to you guys today. What's going on? What's going on? I want to talk to you guys today really fast. What's up, Andre Glenn? What's up, Teresa? What's up, Peggy? I want to talk to you guys today about having equipment versus not having equipment, right? There's a lot of stuff going on in the industry, and people are making videos about Val from Philly. What's going on, Val? People are making videos about, outsourcing versus, producing yourself and stuff like that. What's up, T-Town T-shirts? There's nothing wrong with either method, and I believe that you should go with whatever works best for you and what you want to do with your life. If you have a 9-to-5 job and you just want to make this a hobby, you can proceed accordingly and do whatever works best for that 9-to-5 hobby, right? That hobby besides your 9-to-5. But if you want to produce, if you want to get your hands on, if you probably want to make this a full-time income, you probably want more control of your business. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. People, for people to say you should do it this way or you should do it that way, what works for one person doesn't work for might not work for you, right? What works for one person might not be the way you want to do things. Just putting this embroidery machine to work over here. That's good. So am I. I got 50 hats to do over here, and I got these shirts to knock off. These shirts that you guys saw me do the test run on, I'm just gonna knock them off right now. But yeah, guys, there's no right or wrong way to do this, and people, it's good that we have information out there for us so that we can, examine and compare and contrast other people's successes with what might work for us, right? But at the same time, I don't think that it's fair for people to say this is how you should do it and this is how you shouldn't do it, right? Because like I said, that worked for them and that might not work for you. Or even if it works for them and it might work for you, you might not want to do it that way because it might not be enjoyable. I'm a heavy believer on enjoyment, right? Because you have one life to live, and whether or not you're successful does not determine if you're going to be happy or not, right? So I believe if you're happy doing what you do, that's like automatic success. You right? No, nothing beats being happy with your life. Nothing beats that, right? You can't buy happiness, right? So people think money will bring them success, but oftentimes it won't. I think doing what you want to do and having the freedom to live your life the way you want to live is the best source of freedom and brings the best source of happiness. That's what I believe. So the importance of having your equipment when garment decorating. All right. So guys, in your job that you work at now, if you're a 9-to-5 worker, in your job, in the chat, I want you guys to give me a thumbs up as you're coming in too. In your current job, for those of you guys that works 9-to-5 or 3-to-11 or whatever your schedule might be, in your job that you work at, does your job require you to have a certain equipment or certain machinery to perform those duties? Do you have to have equipment at your job? Some people, even if your job, has that equipment available for you. When you go to work, do you have to have certain equipment or certain machinery? Even if that's a computer, that's equipment. Stationery, that's equipment, right? That's arguably things that you need to perform your daily duties, right? If you're a bus driver, you need the bus, right? Um, does your job require you to have? I can't think of a job that doesn't require you to have certain equipment to perform those duties. Whether you're on a phone, right? You have to have a phone line, right? You have to have some type of equipment to do your job. So, if you're a garment decorator, people say, okay, you can outsource and garment decorate, but you're not really garment decorating. You're just filling orders, third party filling orders. And if that makes you happy, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a garment decorator and you actually enjoy doing what you do, then you probably want to get your hands dirty a little bit because you like the art. You like having an idea and being able to, complete that idea from start to finish. If you don't, and you're just in it for the money, well, do what you got to do. But I really believe that, like, aside from the people who are just trying to sell some t-shirts to get rich or whatever, I really believe that a large portion of us are making t-shirts and designing t-shirts and exploring different methods because we enjoy it. So with that being said, I believe that it's important to have your own equipment. All right? And here's why. Here's why it's important to have your own equipment. It's important to have your own equipment because when it's time, when somebody approaches you and asks you to do something for them, if they have to wait 10 to 15 days to get it done, then you're not a valid source to get that thing done, right? If you have to take their order and give it to somebody else, that turnaround time can be the determining factor in whether you can collect that revenue versus not collecting that revenue, right? And, give me a second. Maybe I should shift the camera while I'm doing this. And I'd say, like, guys, when you're doing this, you're supposed to pay taxes on your money. You're supposed to do the right thing, contribute to society, and pay your taxes. And if you don't, eventually the government's going to catch up to you and you're going to get in trouble, right? You're going to get in trouble because you got money coming into your account. And if the government eventually, if you hit a red flag and the government can't trace that money and figure out where it comes from, you are going to get in trouble. So with that being said, the tax code is written in such a way that incentivizes you spending money, and spending money is putting money back into your business. So if you just want to make money, and you're making a large amount of money, and you're just satisfied with giving your money away to the government at the end of the year, then that's fine. To me, that's stupid. That's being financially irresponsible with your hard-earned money. If you work hard for that money, you should be financially responsible enough to maximize the capabilities of that money, which means you take some of that money or take the majority of that money and invest it back into your business. I think some people that are advising you not to have equipment or saying, why do people have all this equipment and stuff like that? They probably don't have any tax issues, or they're probably not making any money. They're probably not making any significant money, because once you start making significant money, your tax advisor will even advise you, like, yo, you just paid 20 grand in taxes this year. And you're like, I worked really hard and I'm paying $20,000, I'm giving $20,000 back to the government. Your tax advisor will say, okay, well, here's how you can cut down some of those expenses. You can, donate money to your favorite foundation. You can, invest money into a 401k so you can cut that tax bill. You can, you know, buy a building to cut that tax bill. You can buy more equipment and write off those pieces of equipment to reduce your tax bill. So people that are saying, a lot of people got this equipment. Oh my gosh, you shouldn't get this equipment. Da, 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 da. You rather give your money away in taxes? Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I work hard. So I'd rather buy more equipment. Right? Great problem to have. And the reason why I say I'd rather buy more equipment, because every time I buy more equipment, I make more money. Every time I buy more equipment, I make more money, because people are going to want stuff done. They're going to want things made, and I have the opportunity to say, yes, I can do that, right? And no, you don't have to wait 40 days and 40 nights to get your shirt, or to get your embroidery, or to get this, or to get that, or you get your stickers, or to get the, you don't have to wait that long, because I got it right here, right? So, arguably, I would say to the people that are telling you, business owners, or you up and coming business owners, and trust me, there are reasons why somebody might not want to have a lot of equipment, right? You might be at the beginning stages of your business and you don't have anywhere to put the stuff. Your business might not be at the point where you're able to buy this stuff, which means you're not like generating significant profit enough to buy a bunch of stuff. But eventually, if you keep on investing in your business, you will get there. And for somebody to advise, or people to advise people to not buy something as simple as a heat press, I don't know. I think it's irresponsible, because I think a heat press, especially if you're trying to achieve some type of financial responsibility, right, or some type of financial gain, I think just something as simple as a heat press can put you for such a small investment, it can bring you so much, you know. You could buy a heat press for as little as $300. If you want a fancy one, you can go all the way up to $3,000, or anywhere in between. And the return on that is being able to press shirts anytime you want, with any type of, you can press rhinestones, you can press vinyl, you can press transfers, you can press all types of stuff. So what that's going to do for you is it's going to open up a whole bunch of different opportunities that you did not have if you didn't own a heat press, something as simple as a heat press. And the same applies to every single piece of equipment that you own. But you do things in a way that makes sense, because, you don't put yourself so far in debt that you're not able to sustain your living, right? You do things in a way that makes sense. And when it's time, when you see that you're making a significant amount of money, you got to make some moves, and you got to spend some money, because if you don't spend some money, you're going to give it away in taxes. You're going to give it away to the government in taxes. And that's what people aren't talking about. It's like, okay, you're making money. You're making a large amount of money, but how much did you pay in taxes? And if you didn't pay that much in taxes, what did you do with your money to offset your large tax bill? That's what people aren't talking about. It's like, okay, I made $100,000. I made $200,000. I sold $1 million worth of t-shirts. Guess what? If you made $1 million worth of t-shirts, you had a large tax bill. Don't buy a heat press. I made $1 million. Don't buy a heat press. Okay, well, what did you do with that $1 million? Because the government took a large chunk of that if you didn't do anything with that money, if you didn't invest back into your business. So you can do a lot of different things. You can market, right? You can invest in infrastructure. You can invest in promotion. You can invest in employees. You can invest in many different things. But if you invest into your business, then you can use that as a tax write-off. But if you don't invest into your business, you're going to be giving your money way back to the government. You're going to be giving it away to the government. So it's like, that's what people aren't talking about. That's what people aren't talking about. You know what I mean? Don't buy a heat press. Buy transfers. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You can build a whole business just off of transfers, and it's great. But if when your business starts to become successful, you're still going to run into the same problem. If you consider that a problem, it's a good problem to have. You know, either you're going to spend the money or you're going to give the money to the government. There's no in between. Either you're going to spend the money on something or you're going to give the money to the government. There is no other option. In the chat, what other option do you have? Either pay taxes or invest the money in something to avoid or to, or to eliminate your taxes. That's the only option you have. There is no other option. In the chat, what other option is there? Invest in your business to continue to grow, correct, Teresa? Or pay taxes. What other option is there? In the chat, let me know. Am I missing something? What other option is there? Oh, the third option is to don't pay taxes and go to jail. That's an option. That's an option, right? You can invest into your business and grow your business. You can just not buy anything, let your business continue to grow, and give all the money away to the government, or you can go to jail. 3 options. Or you can not pay taxes and go to jail, right? So like when you start making some nice amount of money, that's what you have to do. So like people that are making a nice amount of money, you need to ask them, yo, bro, like, what are you doing with your money? What are you doing with your money? Where's like I'm taking advice from you, right? Like, don't give me half of the advice. Now that your business is growing, what are you doing with your money? Let's see. Yo, the tennis convention thing was great. It's awesome. United States Tennis Association is great. I had a really good time, learned a lot of stuff. We had a pickleball conversation. A lot of stuff unrelated to the channel. I like to keep some stuff to myself from my life, so I don't like share every single thing. But I had a really good time. Had a really good time. Met a lot of people and had a lot of interesting conversations. A lot of plans for the future. So I have a business plan which includes a section of my future equipment purchases and also a section ways to lower my tax bill legitimately. Exactly, lower your tax bill legitimately. So to lower your tax bill legitimately, you gotta spend some of the money. And spending the money is not really spending the money if you spend it wisely. Spending the money is actually hiding the money. Let's be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. When you spend the money that you make wisely, you're not really spending the money. You're hiding the money, right? I'll give you an example. Say if I made, $1 million plus this year, right? My bad, I'm late. What's the topic? Oh, the topic is I forgot what the topic is, but I'm just talking to you guys about the importance of having your own equipment, Rob Beats. So say if you made $1 million plus, right? For some people, that's a huge number, and it might not seem attainable, but it is. I'm telling you. Just take that number and just break it down and figure out how much you got to make each month. But say you made that money, right? So you wanted to get rid of a tax bill for like $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, whatever. You want to get rid of a big tax bill that you have, right? How do you spend that money and keep that money at the same time? How do you get rid of that money so that you can reduce your tax bill, but still keep the money? You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's talk about net worth. Let's back up for a second. When we're talking about net worth, are we talking about, in the chat, are we talking about how much somebody has in a bank or how much somebody owns in assets? What are we talking about when we talk about net worth? Are we talking about how liquid somebody is, or the value of their total assets, minus their liability, minus their expenses, of course? What are we talking about in the chat? Let y'all think for a second. After taxes, right? We're talking about We're talking about how many assets somebody owns, right? Owns assets, right? So the equipment that continues to produce income for you are part of your assets, right? Or like how about if you have that huge tax bill that I was talking about, like a $300,000-$400,000 tax bill, and you have to get rid of or hide some money, right? You have a business profit, you should definitely look at section 19. It allows you to do business assets. So here's a big play that people use. How about you buy a building, right? If you purchase a building, right? You're making this money, you want to reduce your tax bill, you purchase a building in your company name, not because you just want to, because you want to keep the money, but you want to hide the money. You want to keep the money, you want to hide the money, but you still want to have access to the money. So you put the money into your building. You bought a building. You bought the building, but you still have the cash. You still have access to the cash because you own the asset, right? Equipment is slightly different. Equipment takes a big hit after you buy it, but you're still hiding money, and you can still sell your equipment if you need to, or you can still continue to make money off of your equipment over time, and your equipment will still bring you a better return on if you would have kept that money in the bank. Or how about if you would have gave that money away in taxes to the government? You wouldn't get any return on it because you don't have that money anymore, but you can buy some equipment and you can keep on growing your business, and you can keep on put somebody else on that equipment, keep on why people got so much equipment? But don't buy it. That it's still, you buy equipment you don't have to. How about you buy equipment when you have access to the funds for something that you have planned for the future? How about that? Have you ever done that? Have you ever bought something because you have plans to use it? You can't use it right now, but you have plans to use it in the future. You have plans for this business, so you buy the things that you need for that business so that when you're able to put your plans into action, it takes less effort. There's less friction because you already put things in place. You already bought this equipment. You already put things in place, right? So, yo, man, people that's telling y'all not to buy equipment is broke. Straight up. Say no. Say no. But I would say, like, what are you doing with your money? You buying gold chains? You buying cars? What are you doing with your money? If you don't have tax liability problems, then you ain't making no money. I wanna make so much money that I just have equipment laying around doing nothing. I'm just buying equipment just to buy equipment. That's the problems I want. That's the problems I want. I want to make so much money that I'm just sending equipment overseas. So I want to make so much money that I'm buying equipment just to give away to you guys, just to give away. I want those types of problems. You know? If you are a profitable business and you're making money and you're telling your audience not to buy any equipment, what are you doing with your money? Are you just giving it away in taxes? That's not good advice. That's financially illiterate. That's financially illiterate. That's financial illiteracy. That's what it is. Or maybe you're just at a point where you don't have those problems and you're just talking the talk. I don't know. Paying off back taxes from before I started my small business. Nothing wrong with that. Smart. Got to get rid of that. You got to get that weight off your shoulders so you can breathe easy. I need a loan so I can make some of those problems for myself. No, you don't need a loan. You need to work from where you're at and build your way up. It's not as difficult as you think. And it's really, really, really valuable if you can grow your business from where you are right now on your own. There's so many lessons that come in doing that. So much stuff that you can start a whole business just off of advising people, how to grow their business like you grew your business. But if you take a loan, you're not really learning a lot about growing your business. I mean, you could say there's nothing wrong with taking a loan. We all take loans, but what I'm saying is like there's more to learn when you just take like something that you can't afford, something that's in your budget, your current budget, and you grow that into something that you couldn't afford a couple months ago. There's a lot more lessons to be learned in that, right? So I buy equipment whenever financially possible, especially when they're on sale. Yeah, I might not use the equipment for 2 years. However, the equipment is there if I need to. And guess what? If somebody comes and asks you for something, you got the equipment sitting right there. So, as long as you're versed in equipment a little bit, you can start to make money, right? One thing's for sure, two things for certain. I don't care what anybody says. If the average person that's not used to having money has a bunch of money sitting to the side, you're going to spend it. And if you don't buy it on something that you plan on growing your business with, you're going to spend it on something. And then a year from now, you're going to be like, what did I spend that on? And you're not going to have any clue what you spent it on because you spent it on a bunch of silly things like, you went to the movies, you ate out twice as much this month. You bought some shoes, you loaned this person some money and you're not getting it back because a loan is giving somebody money pretty much. Like who really gets their money back? There's a 70% chance that you're not getting your money back when you loan somebody money. Let's be real, right? 70% chance. So I don't know, guys. So the next time somebody advises you guys not to buy equipment, ask them what they're doing with their money that they're making from their business. What are they doing to reduce their taxes? I think that's a fair question. If you're so successful and you're advising me not to buy any equipment, if you're successful, I'd like to think that your business is growing and you're making a certain amount of money and you continue to grow. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing that's making your business continue to grow? What are you doing with your money? Like, are you using your money as a tool that it's supposed to be to grow as a person and be more free to be able to do whatever you want to do, or are you just making videos? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, what are these people talking about? Help me understand, chat. Oh, okay. Well, if you're building business credit or building your credit, nothing wrong with that at all. You have to. You got to spend some money in order to accomplish either one of those things, right? I'm starting one of the Fusion IQ, but I just take Transpro 16x20, solid choice. Okay, so Jane, am I saying that right, Jane? I'm gonna stop falling. If I'm saying that right, Jane, Fusion IQ or Transpro 16x20. I don't have the Transpro 16x20, and I don't have the Fusion IQ with the slide out, but I would say for me, might be more excited, even though I don't have the Transpro. I might be more excited with the Transpro 16x20 Only because the Fusion IQ, even though that's many consider the Fusion IQ 16 by 20 with slide out drawer and all the buttons on the front, many consider that to be the creme de la creme of heat presses, the top of the line, and I guess it is. But the reason why I personally would probably go for the Trans Pro 16 by 20 is because it has interchangeable platens, and from a business standpoint, it has more flexibility to do more things than the Fusion IQ. You can swap it out for a sleeve platen. You can press sleeves. You can swap it out for a neck platen. You can do small neck platen. You can press neck labels. You can swap it out for a smaller chest plate. You can do the babies. You can do bigger platen. You can do front full chest. Can't do that on the Fusion IQ, right? Even though it's considered the creme de la creme. I don't know who made that up. Maybe because because of, you know, it's got buttons and it's expensive. I don't know, but I don't think personally. I don't think the Fusion IQ. Now the Fusion IQ hat press, that is the creme de la creme of hat presses. There's no hat press better than that press right there. But the Fusion IQ 16 by 20 with the slide out or swing away option and all the buttons and all the programmable settings, I don't think, you know, I don't know who labeled it that, but I don't think it's the best. I don't, because it doesn't have a lot of functionality that the other presses do have. Yes, you can do all that time. They have all. Okay, so the Fusion IQ does have that. Okay, so I stand corrected. Okay, maybe it, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Fusion IQ has that or not. I don't. I didn't think it did, but I guess certain ones do. I'm not sure. She's not here. Where's my helper? She's not here right now. She's not here. Um, in my. Oh yeah, I didn't do a video on it. Loveland was supposed to start last Monday, and she told me she needed 2 weeks before she started because she needed to decompress. She needed to decompress because she had just left her job that Friday. Now, how do I feel about that? I have mixed feelings about that. I understand, but I have mixed feelings about that because I'm a thinker. I'm a thinker, right? And Loveland is very, very talented, and she knows how to do most of the stuff. So what I think is happening, which is smart, I would do the same thing, is Loveland is probably experimenting for the next 2 weeks with probably making her own money and being her own boss. And if it doesn't work out, then she'll come. But if it does work out, I'll probably get a phone call saying, hey, yeah, about that, I know I was supposed to start too. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my thinking. That's just what I think. I don't know. But I'm not mad at her about it. You know, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Your face and body language. I mean, listen, the show must go on. You know what I mean? We gonna get things popping anyway. It doesn't matter who's here or who's not here. Things are gonna grow and progress anyway. Period. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't matter. But yeah, somebody will be here eventually. If how long they'll stay, how long they'll leave, I don't know. But you know, I'll try to make the most pleasant environment. I'm putting a TV back here so they can watch you. I'm trying to make the most pleasant environment ever. No stress, no nothing. But you know. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's not here today. Price point or Trans Pro. Yeah, I don't have the Trans Pro. I don't know. You gotta research that, I guess. I don't have the Trans Pro, but I do have a Pro World affiliate link. It might be in this description. I'm not sure, but I don't do a lot of videos on Pro World equipment because I don't have any Pro World equipment, you know. And other companies that I'm affiliated with have sent me equipment, so I and thank you for sending the equipment to me. I do videos using their equipment, but Pro World just said, hey, you can be an affiliate, and didn't send me anything, so I don't have anything to make videos on. I don't need another heat press, so I'm not gonna go buy a Trans Pro just to make videos for the company. It doesn't make sense anymore at this juncture in my influencer career. It doesn't make sense for me to just go spend another bunch of money on that specific heat press that I don't need. Right now, what I'm aiming towards is a large format heat press, like a really, really large one, like a 42 by 36 or something like that. So that's one of my next purchases. Yeah. What's up, Gigi in the building, Levite in the building. 8-head heat press machine. That's a lot of, yo, that would take a lot. Oh, actually, if it's slid, it wouldn't take that much heat because the top element might hold all the heat. But yeah, that's a lot of heads. 8-press head heat press machine. I don't need that. Yeah. How I feel about the MT1501 for starting embroidery business. If you're starting an embroidery business, I think the MT1501 is a good option. Yes, I think it's a good option. The problem about starting embroidery businesses that I didn't realize, that I realize now, is embroidery is one of the most profitable businesses you can get in as far as garment decorating. But if you're trying to have a business and you're trying to take like orders and stuff like that, you're gonna run into the issue where, yo, I gotta do 100 hats and I have one embroidery machine. That's gonna take a long time. So, prime example, gotta invest in more machines. If you wanna maximize your time and your efficiency, you gotta invest in more machines so you can knock out that job faster. And when you start getting a lot of embroidery work, the price of that machine is so minute. It's so minute. That large price tag that embroidery machines has, when you start getting a lot of work, these machines are cheap. Cheap, trust me. Any of the methods, trust me, any of the methods, if you get a lot of work, the price of the machine is cheap. All these machines relative to what they can produce, if you consistently get work, all the prices are cheap. Give you an example, small example. Silhouette Cameo 4. How much are they now? In the chat, how much are they now? $500? How much is the Silhouette Cameo now, guys? All right. I'm gonna let y'all do it. How much is the Silhouette Cameo right now? Silhouette Cameo and a heat press. Give me a bundle. How much is a Silhouette Cameo and a heat press bundle, guys? Right now. Let me know in the chat. Let y'all do a little bit of work. How much is a bundle pack, guys? All right, now I gotta do large, or let me do the left chest. How much is the bundle pack? $309 is a Cameo, but that can't be a bundle pack. Okay, so let's say a bundle for a Silhouette Cameo and a heat press is about $600, right? $600. Okay, so now you're gonna cut some vinyl. Of course, I'm gonna skip over a bunch of different costs, like the cost of the vinyl, the cost of your time and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is like $600. How long, if you're getting consistent orders, how long would it take you to make $600? Well, $600 is your breaking point. So how long would it take you to get over $600? How long would it take you to break profit if you're getting consistent work with a Silhouette Cameo and a heat press? If you're getting consistent work, I'm gonna tell you now, it's gonna take you way less than a month. It's gonna take, if you banging it out like crazy. Okay, so let's say most people to get a Silhouette Cameo and a heat press work a regular job too. So if you're getting consistent work, it's gonna take you about a month to start turning profit, maybe 2 to start turning profit, right? And everything after you broke even is profit pretty much, minus the expenses of the garment and the time that it took you, however much you pay yourself for time, and of course the vinyl and stuff like that. Everything else is profit. Same applies for white toner, same applies for DTG, same applies. An embroidery machine is ridiculous. The profit, like when you start getting consistent orders, the profit is ridiculous. And that goes for every single piece of equipment, right? An automatic printing press with flashes is a robot. I don't know what that is. Robots automate process. Yeah, that DTF machine, that is a robot. The DTF with the shaker and everything, yeah, that's a robot. You can pretty much say that because it does everything, and then you come out and you got the sheet made, you got the transfers made, and you just mail the transfers off. That's a robot. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. What's going on, Kiana? What's going on? Let me put something else to print here. Most times when I'm doing hats, so somebody just likes something. All right, give me a second, guys. I gotta switch from the small and the medium shirts to the large shirts. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the left chest of these now. I don't have to switch yet. But yeah, guys, that's my take on equipment. You know, you can choose to spend your money on other parts of your business, which is just as important, if not more important. So I'd say if you are a drop ship type of garment decorating business, right? There you go. Offer up Cricut and offer up heat press is $100. It's a steal. But if it works, I'd say if you're one of those people that are like outsourcing all your business, all your t-shirt making and stuff like that, and you're just fulfilling orders, so you'd spend money on like a printer, right? A printer to print out your labels and stuff like that, a thermal printer. You would spend money on, you know, your bags, right? Your poly mailers. You would spend money on, you know, your miscellaneous stickers and stuff like that that you throw in your bag. You'd spend money on your website, of course. You'd spend money. I think you'd spend a lot of money probably on advertising. Advertising, right? You would automate the process. You spend money on Facebook ads. You spend money on Instagram ads. You spend money on Google ads and stuff like that. Wherever you want to spend money on ads, and you spend money on personal development, right? And all those go into your business. So those people that are probably making a lot of money, I hope that they got to be spending their money on something to keep their business growing. So I'd say they're probably spending a lot of their money on that, on advertising, advertisements, and marketing, and personal development. And the other people that are not spending the money on any of that are just talking. Because if you're not spending money on your business, then your business is not making a significant amount of money. Unless you just enjoy paying taxes. I don't know. The majority of wealth in garment establishment industry is printing and not selling t-shirts. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that's right, because retail is, do you understand? If I never printed a shirt, right? If I never printed a shirt, there's large amounts of money on both sides. If I never printed a shirt and all I did was sell shirts, $25 a pop for a shirt, or depending on what type of shirt, it's embroidered, $30, $35, $40, $50 a pop. And my expense was like $15 to make the shirt that I'm selling for $45 or $50. If it's embroidered, an embroidered crew neck sweatshirt, you know, you pay for the sweatshirt, you pay to get it made, you have $15, and you sell it for $50, $60. Retail sales is huge. Stores would not be in business if retail sales weren't profitable. So I can't say that the majority of money is being made just on printing, and not retail sales is huge. That's why I put a storefront in the front of my store, in the front of my area, because retail sales, to be honest, retail sales outperform the actual making of the garment. Making of the garment is it's very labor intensive. So, you know, DTG, dark garments, you got to pre-treat the shirt. You got to heat press the shirt to dry to pre-treat. Then you got to do this, and you got to do that. So you got to actually like it to get involved. So there's money on both ends, right? Some companies do both. Some companies have a manufacturing facility and they ship it out to their stores to sell. That's what I'm trying to do here. I make it, and I also sell it. Retail sales is huge. The markup on a decorated garment is bananas. Guys, we're buying shirts for $3. We're buying shirts for $3, slapping a $5 design on it, right? Slapping a $5 design on it and selling it for $25, $30. That's huge. That's huge. You're buying a shirt for $3, putting a $5 design on it and selling it for $25. Bro, there's money made on both sides. Printing is huge. Printing is huge, hands down. Pressing, embroidering, all that form of printing, it's all huge. But retail sales, bro. Yeah, you're right. You still print it first. Someone got to print the shirt before it can be sold. That's correct. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of money to be made in printing, Star Child, but retail sales is so I get what people are saying on both ends, But my point is, either way, if you're just in printing, if you're just in retail sales, if you're doing both, you still got the same problem. If you're profitable in both, you still got the same problem, and that's the point of what I was telling you guys. Somebody who's just doing retail sales, right? Whether it's online or in person, and they're making a lot of money. Or even if you're just doing printing and you're not doing retail sales and you're making a lot of money. Or even if you're doing both and you're making a lot of money. We all have the same issue. We got to pay taxes. There's no way of getting around taxes. So what my argument is, if you're advising me not to do this, do that, or not do that, do this, I just want to know, because if I'm doing that and this, I'm spending money on my business. So what else can I do to offset my financial burden, my taxes? What else can I do? You know what I mean? So I'm asking you guys to, when these people tell you, don't do this in your business, don't do that in your business. You can't tell somebody what not to do in their business if you're not telling them what to do in their business, right? If you're telling me not to spend my business money, not to invest the money that I'm making in my business back into my business, then tell me what I should be doing with the money. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What should I be doing with the money? And help me make sense. Help me understand why I should be doing that, right? That's all I'm saying, right? It's kind of irresponsible. Don't buy all this equipment for your business. At the end of the year, give it all back to the government. Makes no sense. That's bad information. I'd rather you guys spend every last penny that you make back into the business and keep your business growing, because the more you spend in your business, the larger your problem is going to be each year. Every year, you're going to have a larger problem to deal with. Every year, you're going to have more money that you need to either pay in taxes or you need to buy more stuff. And who doesn't want to have to buy more stuff? I need to, oh my gosh, what's your problem, Alan? What's wrong? I need to spend $30,000 like right now. It's a great problem to have, right? Great problem to have. That's all I'm saying. So guys, I got to get to work. Got to knock some stuff out. I want to DTF, but until I can spend the money on a good DTF equipment, what do I recommend? I can't recommend to you any good DTF equipment because I only have one. Guys, I don't like to recommend stuff that I don't have because I haven't used it. I haven't spent time with it. I only have the Prestige A3 Plus R. It's not that efficient for a full-fledged DTF business, in my opinion. It's very, very good to start off, but to have a business where you print in quantity and somebody's going to order 50 DTFs from you, you're going to be there for a while with this machine. So, and that's all I have for right now. So I can't really recommend that to you guys. So I advise you to go to some conventions and talk to some people that own the actual machines. You know what I mean? I'm a little, oh, look, the self-employed tax guy's on here. Hey, self-employed tax guy, give us some tax advice. Let me scroll back to see if he gave us some tax advice. There's somebody that you need to be listening to that can give you information on your taxes and what you do with your money that your business generates, versus just me. But, you know, I know what my tax advisor tells me, and, you know, I do know that at the end of the day, as you make money, as your business starts to be more and more profitable, you need to spend some money or you're going to end up paying that in taxes. And there are things that you can do to offset that money so that you don't pay everything to the government. Self-employed tax guy says, I'm a little confused, but that. by that. You're a little confused by what? Tax guy, self-employed tax guy. Purchasing equipment is good if you really need it. Okay, so what if you anticipate doing something with your business and you don't necessarily have the time to do it right now? Do you not purchase that equipment while you have the resources? Or what else would you do with your funds? Do you just go ahead and pay it in taxes? What would you advise somebody to do in that case? Well, what if you want your business to grow? You don't necessarily have those customers, because if you're a business, right? If you're a business and you do DTG, for example, you might not have any embroidery customers. How are you going to get embroidery customers, right? You might not have embroidery customers. People might ask you about embroidery, but you don't have any embroidery customers, right? You're always outsourcing and people have to wait and stuff like that. So how do you start to get embroidery customers? Start offering embroidery services with no embroidery equipment? You could do that, I guess, but you got to compete with people that have embroidery equipment and they can give a faster turnaround to their customers. So I would think that you get some embroidery equipment so you get your feet wet to understand the business of embroidery, and people can see you doing embroidery, right? And you can start getting embroidery business. I don't know. What do you advise, self-employed tax guy? It's All Love Podcast. If just starting off, would you DTF or embroidery or just heat transfers? I like embroidery, but I can't answer that question for you because it really depends on what you want to do with your business and what you enjoy doing. I really advise people to go the route that they're the most passionate about and don't necessarily think about money for their business. Think about, what am I going to enjoy doing the most? And the reason why I say that is because if you enjoy doing something, then you're going to do it effortlessly and you're going to do it willingly every time you get a job, because you enjoy the whole process, and you're just automatically going to make money anyway because you enjoy doing it. So think about what you want to do, what you're going to enjoy doing, and that's what you do. Self-employed tax, I agree that purchasing equipment as an investment for your business is a great idea. However, just purchasing things for the sole purpose of reducing taxes is not a good idea. Okay. All right, but it's not a good idea, but people do it. Companies do it, right? I worked at Amtrak for 20-something years. And occasionally, we would get a bunch of random jackets out of nowhere, right? We get a bunch of random jackets out of nowhere. I don't think that's because the company cared about us so much that they wanted to give us jackets, right? Nobody asked for those jackets, but they just... I can give you so many examples of much dumb stuff that Amtrak, National Railroad Passenger Corporation, spent money on that was like retarded, like rather than to do things that made sense, like infrastructure and stuff like that. The reason is because you will most likely spend more than your tax bill, meaning you will end up spending $5,000 to save $500. That makes sense. That's why I did say, talk to your tax guy, talk to your tax person, and that makes sense. According to budget, start off, and this is why you need to talk to your tax advisor, guys. So get with self-employed tax guy, because he can tell you better than I can tell you. It makes more sense to just pay $500 to save $4,500. 100%, I have to agree with you on that. But everybody falls into different categories, different tax brackets, right? So I don't buy anything that I can't afford. I don't buy anything that my income from my business does not allow me to buy. And I know how much taxes I still had to pay at the end of this year. That's why I'm talking about it, because my tax bill was huge this year. That's why I'm talking about it. And I bought a bunch of stuff this year. And I'm talking from a perspective of, I know how much money I paid in taxes this year. I know how much I paid this year in taxes. I know how much my 1-800 accountant told me I made this year. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I could have bought this, could have bought that. and they didn't advise me good enough to reduce my tax bill enough. That's why I'm talking about this, right? I feel like I paid too much in tax this year. Paid a ridiculous amount of money in tax this year. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm bringing this up. But if $5,000 can make you $25,000 or more, that's true. That's a good argument. That's a good argument, right? It doesn't make sense to pay $500 to save $4,500, but it does if that $4,500 is gonna make you $25,000. See, it could go either way, but you're not guaranteed to make that money. You know what I mean? That's true. And if that's the case, then you are winning, but will end up paying taxes on the return. See, then like you said, that following year, you're still gonna have that problem again, right? So you need a tax professional to tell you how much you should and shouldn't spend, right? I definitely need a new tax person. I got somebody though. I got somebody recently, and they looked over my old stuff, and I guess they can do revisions or whatever, but we didn't get to that point yet. But 1-800-Accountant, I've been using them for 3 years now, and I don't advise you to use them. I advise you to get a tax professional. And what happened, somebody was moving out of my building, and they saw what I had on, and they came over here. That's the whole thing where I told you where I got the carpet for free. If you guys remember where I got my, can't show you right now, where I got my free carpet, and the ladies came in here and they bought a bunch of hoodies. Well, one of the ladies did accounting for that business. That it was a roofing business that moved out of my building, and yeah, so I'm talking to her right now. So, yep, yo, this is so good. Here is getting away from. There's no getting away from it. Self-employed tax guy, can you chime in on that? Because from what I gather, there are some very, very powerful financial individuals that's gotten away from getting taxes legally, right? I would like to think they paid some type of taxes, but way less than they otherwise would have. I don't know, like Bezos, right? And Elon, those guys. They got tax experts. The only way to pay zero in taxes is to make zero on paper. That's how they do it. Make zero on paper. That's how they do it. And self-employed tax guy, don't you have to set up your business in a certain way to make zero? Because if you're an LLC, right? If you're LLC, then you have to pay yourself a reasonable wage, right? Like, this stuff is so complicated. You have to pay yourself a reasonable wage, and if you don't pay yourself a reasonable wage, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. So this is so complicated. Like, sometimes it's just like, I understand why people would just not be an entrepreneur and just work a regular job, because this stuff can be crazy. Zero on paper. Oh, must be a creative. Yeah. Self-employed tax guy. How would somebody go about doing that? You guys hit them up. Hit them up. Those that are paying zero in taxes took major losses in the very beginning. Okay. Can't you structure your business in a way? What about, no, because see, even nonprofits have to pay employees. So I don't know. It's beyond my expertise, guys. Even nonprofits have to pay employees. So it's like, how do you legally pay zero in taxes or claim zero on your taxes? Your business probably can't get away with it. Somehow, people are doing it. Losses can be carried forward for 20 years. 20 plus years. And then what? Then they wipe out that business and get a new business. Who determines a reasonable wage? I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. They say that, right? They say the reasonable wage, but we don't know what that reasonable wage is. I don't know. I think I've heard one of these financial gurus say that a reasonable wage is a certain percentage. I don't know, but I don't know. I can't answer those questions. However, just like you said, there are ways of limiting some of that tax burden versus getting rid of that tax burden, right? All right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta get some work done. I gotta knock out these hats, and I gotta finish getting rid of these, knocking out these shirts right here. I got these to knock out right here. DTG work, then embroidery work, and then a video for you guys. So boom, just like that, Teresa. Yep. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. I hope you guys found this a little bit helpful. Self-employed tax guys in the building, man. How appropriate was this? So holla at him, y'all. If y'all, if y'all making some money, get some tax advice. You know what I mean? Need some tax stuff done. Have a budget, right? Because we're not doing this stuff for recreational, right? You know what I mean? We're not going to be bombarded with questions for no cost. So self-employed tax, I'll leave your information. Leave your information so people can get in touch with you, because this guy knows about taxes. So this is somebody we can all use. So self-employed tax, I'll leave your information in the chat so people can get in touch with you. T-Town T-shirts. Thanks. Enjoy your day. Thank you. I will. Definitely will. Benjamin. All stuff we need to think about. All stuff we need to think about as entrepreneurs. Taxes are very, very important. It could be a determining factor with freedom or jail. Right? All right, guys. I'm out of here. And I'll talk to you guys on the next. They can find me on YouTube. There you go. Hit his YouTube, follow, like, comment, subscribe. Disregarded entity. No problem. All right, Kelly. See you later. All right, guys. I'm out of here.